welcome to Spiritual Vacancy, a podcast where we are here to discuss different matters to fill your spiritual void. I am Mona Lee. I'm an energy healer for mind, body, and spirit.
And I am Brooke Ann. I am a psychic medium and a Reiki practitioner, and we are talking about manifestation today. Manifesting your life, your reality, what you want, your desires, dreams, all of it.
Yes, yes, yes. And if anything, just like the discussion we had earlier, is just giving a sense of hope that anything is possible. Not to sound so dreamy and out there, but just talking about how we've manifested things in our lives.
Yeah,
For
everything in
ourselves.
our lives we've manifested.
Yes. So, Brooke, I would love to hear an example of what you had manifested most recently for yourself, of what you had put out there. How did you do it? And how did it come through to fruition for you?
So probably the most recent was my house. I had done my very first vision board in 2021. And I was at a different house, and my friend Jen had me do a vision board with her. And I'm like, all right, let's do it. And I cut out, like, there's a bunch of stuff. I had this huge poster board, and she's like, you're supposed to have a small one. I'm like, why? I can't really see. I need a big board. It's like massive, the poster board. And I just cut out a bunch of stuff, set it aside, forgot about it. We ended up selling our house and buying another one. And when we were moving, the exact same house, like exactly same windows. Look, it's a Georgia Colonial. It has the side office on the side of it. The only difference is it's white and my house is brown. That's it. The amount of wind, everything is exactly the same. And I was like, holy shit. That is the house on my like, oh my God, that was my aha moment. Like, that's something I manifested and didn't realize, because when you put it out in the universe and you just forget it, that's kind of how some things come to fruition. That was probably my most recent thing I've manifested, but I've manifested my whole life. Like when I bought my first house at 25, and we did everything we could. It was just me and Jeremy, and we made it happen. I don't even know how we made it happen, but we made it happen. And then I bought my first business at the age of 30. And then I opened another business that I had manifested, the coffee shop. And I drove by this location all the time for years. And I was like, that would be such a great place for a coffee shop. Not knowing I was going to be the one to open it, but in my mind. And then I had actually had the opportunity to take over the space. The space ended up not working. We got out of our contract within like a month. And a new buyer came in and reached out to me 6 months later and was like, hey, are you still interested in doing this coffee, like having a business in a coffee shop? And I'm like, yes, at that same location with a different owner of the building. It was just crazy how everything worked. And at the time, I was already doing mediumship readings for like friends and family and practicing a bunch. And when I opened the coffee shop, I had always said, I do this, maybe one day I could do this professionally, but if not, and then COVID happened. And that killed my coffee shop business, where my baking and everything, we were struggling really hard. But in that times of hardness, switched my career to doing mediumship full time, which I had always thought about, because I have video of me talking in May of 2019, and Jeremy has video that popped up on my Google thing recently and was like, I promise I won't start any new projects. I'll just do readings and my Reiki and, the restaurant and the coffee shop and all this stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it manifested. Like now I do mediumship full time, and that's what I've always dreamed about. I still have my other businesses that I could do. I work from home. I was always like, I would love to work from home. So I've literally manifested my whole reality.
Wow. What would you give advice to people that want to do that and then they're like, "Oh no, I'm afraid because what if?" or "I'm afraid of this or afraid of that." It sounds like you were such a fearless girl at such a young age to go, "No, I got this. I got this." And you just went for it. So
I
what
do.
advice would you give people that really want to be like you, that really want to manifest their perfect, like, I know nothing is perfect, but as far as like just going into something that you really want for yourself? What
Do it.
advice would
Act like it's already yours. I mean, visualize it being yours, visualize being in the space, visualize that you're having it, because that's what I always do.
Yeah.
is like I will already picture the steps and what's going to happen and how I'm going to place things or how I'm going to do things. And like you can ask my husband, if anybody tells me no, I'm going to be like, I will prove you wrong. Like I will
Yeah.
do it. Like don't tell me I can't do it because I can do it.
Yeah.
Like anything you say I can't do, I will.
There
And
you
I
go.
am fierce. I am just like I will, if I want to do it, I just do it.
Yeah.
I don't think about it. Sometimes that's hard on my relationship. I'm married because
Uh-huh.
Jerry's like, you just need to stop and think about things for a second. I'm like, no, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. It's set in my head. I want to do it.
Yeah.
And even with the coffee shop, like we built everything in there. I did the walls, the drywall, the framing. We paid plumbers obviously, and we paid electricians because it has to be up to code. But we've actually learned to do that. So I can do baseboards. I have tools. I can do electrical around my house.
Wow.
I can do everything. I've built my outdoor furniture because I saw something online that I liked, but
Yeah.
I couldn't find it in store. So I built it. I have,
Man, you're the man. You are the
I'm
man.
telling you, the thing with manifestation is if you
Yeah.
want it bad
Yeah.
enough, you can make it happen.
I love it. I
That's
love it.
that's where I say just do it. Just don't
I
be
love it.
scared, of what might be. And if you keep visualizing what it is you want, I
Mhm.
promise it comes to fruition every time.
Yeah.
But it
I want
doesn't
to vouch for that.
it doesn't
Yes.
happen right away. You can't be impatient. It will
Yeah.
come when it's supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's just like bringing that awareness and bringing that intention, bringing that attention where we want things to flow, and we can do it. We can do it. And I love that you do the vision boards, and you did the vision boards and everything happened. And I've been doing vision boards also for literally over a decade now. And I still have my big, big poster board vision boards all in my walk-in closet. And sometimes I'll reflect back and look at the year of it going, wow, that manifested in 3 months, or oh my goodness, that manifested in 6 months. But when it's in your face and you
Yes.
see it,
Yep.
it's like what you think you become, or what you want to dream about. It can happen. And another beautiful part of that too is I want to share about the is it the synchronicities. When
Yeah.
we really pay attention to the universe and we pay attention to the different signs that show up, like numbers, we're talking about numbers like 1111 or 111, and why not know that, yes, we are seeing these signs that show up,
Yep.
and it's such a blessing. And then even thanking the universe, like, thank you. Yes, I see it. Thank you. Yes, I see it.
Mhm.
And it just brings more and more awareness. I
And it
think that.
makes you feel like you're on the right path too when you start
Mhm.
seeing certain numbers, like you are exactly where you should be, and there's always a
Yeah.
message behind those numbers.
Yeah.
And then like you were talking about the big, like I keep a spirit board, I mean spirit board, like a
Vision,
vision
vision
board,
board.
a
Yeah.
vision board in my office where I work, and it was last year's. And I look at it every day, and the only thing I haven't manifested yet is being a sexy bitch because that is huge on my
Yeah, you're already a sexy bitch. You're already there. Look at
have
you.
it on there. I'm like, sex one day. I'm gonna be that sexy.
Aren't you already? You are
Yeah, right.
there.
But it's good to see it. It's good
Yeah.
to have it out. And you can
Yeah.
even bring out like your ones from the past, like you said, and oh, like look it over and be like, holy shit, all this
Mhm.
stuff has actually came to fruition and it's
Yes.
amazing. And then the numbers kind of follow you. And it's, don't you think it's cool how they will change though? Like
Mhm.
sometimes you'll see like 222 or
Mhm.
333 or 444, and it's at
Mhm.
different times of your life. Whereas like I know at one time I always saw 222, and
Mhm.
then it
Mhm.
shifted to 444. And
Mhm.
now I always see 1234 or
Mhm.
1111 or 111. And so it shifts. And then, in 2 years from now, I might be like, no, I only see 333 but it's right where you're supposed to be.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what about
Absolutely.
you with your life, Mona? How do you think you have manifested your home and your business
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
all of that?
It was also about the dreams. It was also about the vision boards. And I love vision boards because when it comes through to fruition, it's just like, wow, there is magic in the universe when we really, really, really allow ourselves to receive and to believe. And it was also with my businesses, the same thing. I opened up 2 different yoga studios, 2 different wellness centers. And I just knew that I knew in my heart and my soul and my gut that I needed to do this. And I didn't know how it was going to happen. I'm not the most savvy business person or business owner, but I know that my heart is the thing that really, really took over. And when I was leaving the corporate world and taking that big leap of faith, just going, you know what? I don't know if anyone's even going to come. I'm just going to build it and see, build it and they will come. And that was my motto in my head, is that you build it and they will come. And I wanted a meditation center. I wanted a yoga studio. I wanted to make that happen. And I took my 401k, spent it and rebuilt everything. It was an open floor plan. So I had to build what I wanted my office to look like, built the walls, got everything from Habitat for Humanity, which is just like, whether it was the paint or whether it was the trim work or whether it was the windows, and things can be refurbished and just like rebuilt very, very easily if we just open this up. And also what helped was thanking the universe ahead of time. And I would literally just the grateful heart, just saying, thank you, God, thank you, universe, thank you, angels, thank you for the divine alignments, thank you for the divine connections. Now, was it always like that? No, it
Right.
wasn't. It was a work in progress. And it was looking at the magic of the universe, looking at the synchronicities, looking at the clock saying 44 or 11:11, and just giving thanks or thanking the universe ahead of time, saying, thank you that this is happening, and knowing that it's happening. So I just want to encourage all of our listeners out there to, no matter what your dream is, everything was created by somebody. Everything was dreamt by somebody, and anything is possible. The only limits we have is our own constructs of our mind.
Yeah.
I just want to encourage our listeners, Brooke, today to just like get your dreams out there and make it happen. Make your vision boards. Thank the universe ahead of time, and just know that you deserve to have happiness and have joy. Really, truly, simple as that.
And I love, I've always said that if you believe, you will receive.
Yes.
So just put it out there, be patient. The universe hears your goals, your wants, your desires, what's true to your heart. And like you said,
Mm.
build it and the people will come. And boy, did they come.
Oh, they
People
do.
love you. Like,
Mm.
you're needed in this community. You know what I
Oh.
mean? Like, people need you in this community. So it was such great that you took that leap of faith and followed your
Mm.
heart, and it worked out.
That's the biggest thing, is we all need to follow our hearts. Our hearts are the strongest, most resonating, beautiful, spiral, magical muscle that is connected to the universe. And just know and just believe that, just follow your heart is my biggest message on this podcast today.
Yeah. And even me and Mona have been manifesting this podcast for like, I think a year before it even came to fruition where
Yeah,
we could actually
right.
record or get together with it, because we've been talking about it, but we finally made it happen. And that's manifesting.
Action steps.
Yep.
Yes.
Just be
Yes.
patient.
Little baby action steps at a time. Yes.
Definitely. Yes. Was there anything else you want to add about manifesting today?
No, not at all. Just believe in yourselves, people, and do what you want and do what makes you happy, and follow your gut, follow your heart, and know that your yeses are your yeses within your soul, and be in alignment every single day. If something is not matching in alignment with what's going to get you closer to what you want, then stay away from it. Simple as that. Keep it very simple.
Yeah.
Very simple.
And know that sometimes things don't work out the way we don't understand it in the moment. But then when you look back, you understand why things had to work out the way they did for you to be where you are at this point in your life. And sometimes you have to go through that mud and the slush and all the bad shit that comes down on you, and you feel like you can't get out of this hole. And then things start shifting and you're like, oh, now I understand why all of that stuff had to happen to me for me to be where I am today, because that was the purpose.
Yes.
For you to achieve your goals.
That's
So
right.
yeah, so we will leave you with that.
Mm.
If you believe, you receive, and start manifesting, y'all, because it is real. You can manifest
Yes.
anything in your life.
That's right. That's
And
right.
we hope y'all
Yeah.
have a beautiful day. Thank you for listening in, and we will see y'all next week. Namaste.
Namaste.